sons of Israel pulled away and encamped in one place after another until they came to the valley that is in the field of Moab. And Sihon, the king of the Amorites, did not allow Israel to pass through his territory, but came out and began fighting with Israel.
Listen, Phineas, what is that?
It's the men of war returning from fighting the Amorites. And the victory song of the women. They've entered the camp on the north.
Oh, I must learn to greet them. Oh, my tambourine. Oh, never mind that. Oh, Phineas, I'm so excited. I'm not thinking clearly. They'll be tired and thirsty. I'll get them water.
Phineas, Simrai, and Jehan.
Oh, good to see you, Phineas.
Welcome back to the camp of Israel, Simrai. And you too, Jehan. May you have peace after your successful campaign.
It was indeed successful. This armor has suddenly become a burden to me.
Oh, Simrai, you're back. Here's water. You must be thirsty.
I'm famished to the point of dying.
You've come a long way, Jehath. Was the fighting difficult?
Jehovah prospered us, Gephiah. The Amorites mellowed before us just like the dew in the morning sun.
And we went capturing all of their cities, devoting every one to destruction.
And Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og, king of Bashan, we struck down with the sword.
And the spoil of the city we took as plunder. Those cities and the wealth of those people make this miserable camp in the wilderness seem even more desolate.
Oh, Simrai, you don't really mean that. You're tired, and maybe you're hungry. Let me run and fetch you some manna cakes that I made this morning.
Don't talk to me about manna. I'm sick of it. Why, the things we saw up there in the land of the Amorites?
We're going to have all those things someday. And soon, Simrai.
I'm talking about now. What's wrong with wanting the best out of life?
Well, there's nothing wrong with wanting the good things of the land. Our hope from Jehovah himself is a land flowing with milk and honey. He didn't say a land flowing with manna.
I hope not.
But his provision for us now is manna.
To teach us that man does not live on bread alone.
So eat it and enjoy yourself.
Please, forgive me, my brother. I didn't mean to. It's only that... Suppose I became discontented with the miraculous provision of manna Jehovah has made for us. Wouldn't I become like our people who were bitten by the poisonous serpents?
Then you could look at Moses' copper serpent and keep on living. Never mind. I'll eat it because I have to, but don't ask me to like it. I'm going to my tent.
Oh, Phineas, did I do wrong?
Jehovah should never be put to the test, my little one.
Jehath, what do you think?
Well, it does seem like a little thing. Just to enjoy yourself.
Just to have a good time, Jehath. Simrai is a chieftain of a paternal house of the Simeonites. But sometimes I wonder what would happen. I don't know.
It's just a little thing. How often do we hear that? Especially if it's something we think is our right, or that we think we might enjoy. But is it a little thing if it is the first step away from Jehovah? Zimri and his Israelite brothers had to answer that question when the women of Moab and Midian came calling the people to the sacrifice of their gods.
When does your watch conclude, Jehath?
At sundown.
Have many of the men gone out to the festival?
The festival of the Moabites?
There's no festival in the camp of Israel as long as we're still fed on manna.
Many have gone out, Zimri.
Uh-huh.
They invited me too, but won't they be singing and dancing before Baal?
And that makes you hesitate to join in?
Well, the law we received in Mount Horeb strictly forbids...
You read the law too literally. It's just music and dancing, having a good time. Just ignore their gods and sacrifice. Let them idolize Baal and Chemosh. You can just enjoy the music.
Look, Zimri, who are these women approaching the camp? They're not Israelite women.
Oh, that's Cosbi and Ada, daughters of kings of Midian. Cosby has invited me to join in their dancing.
What is your name? My name's Ada. Why haven't I seen you at our festivals?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
You're not sure that you're welcome? Oh, but of course you are. We'd like everyone in the camp of Israel to come.
But your festivals are in sacrifice to Baal, and as a worshiper of the true God.
But you needn't take part in the sacrifice to Baal if you don't want to. Certainly you can come to the festival and share in the food and wine, and the music and dancing. What could go wrong with that, Jehan?
Well, I don't know, but it seems to
Oh,
me...
Zimri, how good it is that I have found you. I had hoped that you might be here with Jehath.
What is it, Phineas?
I'd prefer to speak with you when you're alone. Who are these women? They're not of the camp of Israel.
They're not.
We are only two women of Midian who've approached the camp of Israel on a mission of peace. We've come to invite you and your brothers to sit down with us and feast. The sons of Moab and Midian would welcome you. Our land is plenty for us and for all of you, and we would be most pleased to share it with you.
Why is it then that the princes of Moab and of Midian have not approached us? Why must the women furtively and slyly sneak around the outposts of our camp, preying upon the unwary and enticing them to share in the festivals to your pagan gods Chemosh and Baal?
Zimri, who is this who dares to address Cosby, the daughter of Zur, chieftain of Midian, in this fashion?
This is Phineas, son of Eleazar, the high priest of Israel.
Phineas, if you have words with me, speak them, but address them to me.
Zimri, do you honestly believe that you can mix with these people and not become involved with them? Are you so blind as to believe that you can sit down with them, to eat and drink and rise up to have a good time, yet not be responsible before Jehovah? Do you not know that the festivals carried on by the worshippers of Baal are certain to lead you into fornication with their gods and with their women?
Zimri, I will not be insulted further by this priest of your God. I am returning to my people. If you prefer to listen to Phineas, then I'll find other company among the princes of Israel. Choose for yourself.
Listen to me, Phineas. Neither I nor my brothers will be interfered with. We know what we're doing. If we choose to associate with the sons and daughters of Midian, that is for us to decide.
And what of you, Jehan? Will I be seeing you at the festival?
I don't know. I'll see.
Very well, Jehan. Come or not, it doesn't matter to me. You have only yourself to blame if you miss it.
Phineas, you have presumed beyond your authority. Your view is narrow and restricted. You have no right to impose it upon us.
Beware, Zimri, that you do not tempt Jehovah beyond the limits of his mercy and loving kindness. And remember, too, that if any of the pagan women come into the camp of Israel, they deserve to die.
That, too, the future alone will decide. Jehan, will you accompany me?
My watch continues until sundown. After that, I don't know.
Just remember, Jehath, you don't have to be like them.
So Israel attached itself to the Baal of Peor, and the anger of Jehovah began to blaze against Israel.
Oh, Jehan, how glad I am to see you in the camp of Israel, safe and alive.
I know, little one. Jehovah has allowed this scourge. Many have fallen.
Have you seen Zimri? He's nowhere to be found. Could it be that...
Phineas and I both fear for him, Bethiah. He was so headstrong.
I know. What a reproach to our father Salem and to Jehovah.
And now Jehovah has laid the commandment upon Moses, and Moses has said to the judges of Israel, each one of you kill his men who have an attachment with the Baal of Peor. How is your heart in this matter, Jehath?
My heart is like that of Moses.
And yours, Bethiah?
Mine too, no matter where Jehovah's judgment falls.
But as for
I
Zimri,
grieve for my brother, only in that he was too foolish to see Jehovah's blessing, and too proud to heed your wise counsel, Phineas. But how can he escape the judgment of the true God?
We can only pray that Jehovah's mercy will not depart completely from Israel, and that somehow his wrath will not turn to the sun.
Zimri's coming with the Midianite woman, bringing her to the assembly of the sons of Israel. Look! Zimri and the Midianite woman, Cosby. He's taking her into the tent. Certainly Phineas, as priest, will not take it upon himself to follow him into the tent. Phineas has pierced Zimri and Cosby through. What an agonizing death. Judgment from Jehovah at the hand of his priests.
Oh, Jehath. If only Zimri could have listened. If only he could have turned to Jehovah. Then he would not have gone down to the Midianite woman, as though it were just a little thing. But now, his sin against Jehovah has come back upon his own head. May Jehovah's will be done.
Phineas, the son of Eleazar, has turned back my wrath from upon the sons of Israel by his tolerating no rivalry at all toward me in the midst of that, so that I have not exterminated the sons of Israel in my insistence on exclusive devotion.
So the scourge was halted, and those who died from the scourge amounted to 24,000. 24,000 who failed to enter the promised land because they fashioned themselves after Baal-worshipping enemies of God. 24,000 who placed too high a value, rising up to have a good time. And Jehovah took vengeance upon the Midianites and commanded Moses to kill every male and the 5 kings of Midian, only the flocks and the herds and the little ones. At last the sons of Israel pulled away and encamped on the desert plains of Moab across the Jordan from Jericho.
Look, the days have grown near for me to die. I am lying down with my forefathers. 120 years old I am today. I shall no more be allowed to go out and come in, as Jehovah has said to me. You will not cross this Jordan. Joshua is the one whom Jehovah has commissioned, and Jehovah, your God, is the one crossing before you. So now listen, O Israel. I do take the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you today, that I have put life and death before you, the blessing and the malediction, and you must choose life in order that you may keep alive you and your offspring by loving Jehovah your God, and by listening to his voice, and by speaking to him, for he is your life and the length of your days.
The word that was heard by the older generation coming out of Egypt did not benefit them because they were not united by faith with those who did hear. But Paul says, we have had the good news declared to us also, even as they also have. Will it benefit us today? We too are in the wilderness, for much longer than most of us had expected. Are we tiring out? Do we murmur and complain against the leadership Jehovah has appointed for us? Or do we look in faith toward the second promise Jehovah has made for us, to take us successfully into the land he holds out to those who survive this world's end? What do our works show? That we are, in fact, leaning heavily upon Satan's system, looking back to Egypt for security and the so-called better things of life? Do not be misled. God is not one to be mocked. Association with this system will certainly lead us into the path of Korah, of Dathan and Abiram, and of those who succumb to the seductive wiles of the women of Midian. So beware of losing faith by drawing away from Jehovah. Choose life that you may keep alive by loving Jehovah our God, by listening to his voice and by sticking to him. For he is our life and the length of our days.